Hey everyone, how are you? Christian Montalvo here. So I am sharing my screen at the moment. I put up a couple of ads on Facebook that have gotten a lot of traction. A lot of people have an interest. I was actually going to call people individually, but I decided since I just got home, I would jump on my PC and share a PowerPoint presentation with you. Typically, this class is meant for brokerages, for real estate companies that have teams or they have a group that they manage. I would usually teach this in a group setting, but because of time restraints, I don't want to have to call 20 of you individually. I'm going to put this together and just go through the information as briefly and as quickly as possible. So I put up an ad asking if anyone has closed about 10 deals in real estate, has sold 10 homes in the last 24 months. And there was a reason why I asked that particular question. So if you have sold 10 homes in the last 24 months, I can show you how you can make up to $10,000 in the next 6 weeks without having to buy anything, without changing what you're currently doing now as a career in real estate. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the information and go through it as quickly as possible. What makes me qualified to give this particular class is that I'm a former loan officer, also a real estate professional. I'm currently a business owner, entrepreneur, public speaker, trainer, of course. I train, coach in sales and marketing and also digital media. This was my former employer, one of the largest in the industry. They're in 15 markets across the US. They've been in business for 64 years, and they're one of the more energy efficient homes that you could purchase in the market. And that's where I really got a bug. I got something inside my blood that resonated with me, and that is to leave a cleaner earth, a cleaner world than what we found it in, so we may be able to leave a cleaner environment for our children's children. And that's the mission that I'm on, really, as an educator today, educating people on all the benefits of clean renewable energy and also working with the real estate community. That is my number one goal, is to help us alleviate some of the different toxic chemicals and pollution that we're releasing out into the atmosphere. So again, the particular company, let's call it that, the particular company that I work for, the particular home builder, one of the largest with 31 different subdivisions at the time. They're usually right around 31 different subdivisions where I was able to cross-sell. So I am very familiar with their product. They're one of the most energy efficient, like I mentioned. Some of the things is they use Energy Star appliances like Whirlpool. They use insulation like a radiant barrier on the roof that protects from all of that heat coming in from the sun rays. Also, they have double pane windows with argon gas, which brings in a lot of heat into the home, and it keeps it more energy efficient, so you don't have to always crank up your AC or your heat depending on what the weather conditions are like. Again, they're very innovative when it comes to technology and convenience. They use Moen faucets, which again can help with the reduction of some of your utilities or services in the home. They're the only builder that's an Energy Star certified partner. Here they won multiple and consecutive award winner through the different years. I think they're up to 21 years consecutively at the moment. These are some of the different awards and accolades that they've won through the years. So let's get into what clean renewable energy is. A lot of people know it as solar or solar panels, but most people don't understand it. So maybe this will give you a brief description, information on what it is.
Hey everyone, how are you? Christian Montalvo here. So we always talk about clean renewable energy, which is solar panels. This is what dirty energy looks like, right back there. You see that? That's actually an energy producing plant, and that's what it does. It throws all of that smog into the air. It throws all of those pollutants, chemicals, harsh things that we breathe in, and we're not making this world a better place by using this type of energy. That is not clean renewable energy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is clean renewable energy. All those panels are doing is grabbing all of this beautiful sunlight from the sun onto there, then it converts it into energy for your home. This is why I'm in the solar industry, because this doesn't have any harsh chemicals. It's not polluting the air. It's not making us sick. It's not damaging the environment. That's why I'm an advocate for clean, renewable energy with solar panels for your home. If you want some more information on how you can get 26% back from the federal government, $2,500 back from your local energy company, and a full year, 12 months of no payments through our company, let me know. My name is Christian Montalvo, 210-503-1600. Be blessed. Thank you.
So that, in a nutshell, is what clean renewable energy is. So here, one of the benefits to the homeowner is that they are guaranteed a lower monthly bill. Typically, it's going to reduce that monthly bill that they're paying now between 95 and 97% from what their existing bill looks like today. And here is an example from one of the providers here in the area. These are the months of usage here. As you can see, from January to about November, this is what they're using. As you can see, June, July, August, September, which are the summer months, they were using a lot of AC, so their utility bill went up. This is what happened in November. They installed the panels. December, January, zero. So what we do is we have those panels generate 100% of the energy that they were typically buying from the local energy company at high rates. We have the panels produce 100% of that, so now they have no bill with their energy company. Their bill is actually $7.99, and those $8 are for a connection fee that they have to, by law. Federal law does not allow us to disconnect completely from the grid. So this is more like an administration or a connection fee through the energy company. But they do get rid of those high bills. And this is an example here. This is the offset. We offset this 101%. Typically their payment was $117 on average throughout the entire year. Their new payment now is $66. They're saving about let's call it $11,000 in the next 25 years by going solar. I mentioned this in the video, and we're going to get into it a little bit further in depth here. So the federal government has what they call an ITC. It's an investment tax credit. And what it does is whatever your investment is into the home for solar, on the next year federal tax filing, the government will actually credit you back 26% of that. And to get into more what that means is, let's watch this video.
I'm sure you've heard a lot about the investment tax credit for solar. Well, what is the ITC? In effect, it's really simple. When you go solar, the government, the federal government, gives you a rebate on your taxes in exchange for 26% of the value of your solar system. Now, keep in mind, the tax credit is stepping down. So that 26% is only for 2020. In 2021, it drops to 22%. So that's why you want to go solar as fast as possible, because when it gets to 2022, the tax credit's going to zero. So this is a huge part of the value proposition of solar. If you go solar and your system costs $30,000 as an example, now of course you're likely financing that, so you don't have to come out of pocket with any money, but you still get to keep 26% of that $30,000 solar system, or whatever the credit is. So this is really important. The way that's going to work is when you file your taxes at the end of the year, you're going to include the cost of your solar system, and the government is simply going to send you a check back for that amount. So that is why you want to go solar today, and you want to take advantage of the generous federal subsidies we have to support clean energy and save money as consumers.
So a couple of things that I want to clear up here is that because of COVID, so the ITC, this is what that schedule or that calendar looks like. The investment tax credit started back in 2019 at 30%. In 2020, it moved down to 26%. It should have gone to 22 this year, 2021, but because of COVID, they've actually extended this to 26. And then after that, It may go to 22, but more than likely in 2022, it's going to go to 10. These are blue because this represents residential. The 10% is only going to go to commercial use for anyone that wants to use solar panels on commercial properties, not residential. This is the reason why we're making a big push this year and creating a sense of urgency with homeowners to go solar, because they get to capitalize on 26% of their total investment back from the government. Your local energy utility company, CPS, is actually offering $2,500 back rebate. This is a federal mandate. What that means is that the federal government has told CPS that by a certain date and time, they have to have 20% of their customer base go solar using clean renewable energy. Otherwise, they're going to get fined in the millions. That's the reason why CPS is incentivizing you by cutting you a check, cash back, $2,500 when you go solar. You can find that on the CPS website here. And net metering program. This is a program where you get to get some credits back from CPS, but instead of me explaining it and being redundant, let's watch this video on what the net metering program is.
Let's talk about net metering. Now, a lot of people have a question: what is net metering? Well, in effect, net metering is the policy that really enables your solar to work. And what it means is that there's essentially a policy across the United States, minus a handful of states, that says for every kilowatt hour that you put into the grid, you will receive a credit for that kilowatt hour. So if your solar system produces 10 kilowatt hours of energy, and it puts those 10 kilowatt hours into the grid, that's 10 kilowatt hours into the grid that you get back. That's what net metering is, and it's a really effective policy that is in place across most of the United States. Now, this is really important because your solar system produces energy during the daytime, but you use energy as well during the nighttime. So how it works is, during the daytime, you put a lot of energy into the grid, and it actually rewinds your meter. So you're banking all those credits, and then at night, you pull that energy off the grid and you use all the credits that you accumulated for the day. So that's net metering. It's an amazing policy. It's a policy that we all, as consumers and advocates for clean energy, have to continue to fight for because it's a really fantastic policy that's enabled so much solar and, in effect, gives you the ability to use the grid as your own battery. So it's really cool that you've got the grid as a battery thanks to net metering.
So these are some of the different programs across the U.S. Obviously, Texas is a part of the net metering program. Here is just what net metering is. They actually install a different meter on your home or on your homeowner's or your client's home that actually rewinds backwards to give you credits at the end of the day, at the end of the month. Increased value in the home. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about how solar increases the value of your home. Now, this is a proven fact. There's been all sorts of studies conducted on this by realtors. Berkeley conducted a very famous study. But let's get into why solar increases the value of your home. Well, number one, it's a home investment that actually produces money. It produces income. So think about this. When you invest into remodeling your kitchen or building a new pool, does that produce income? No, it doesn't. You know, a lot of times it costs more income, right? You're running a pool, doing this, doing that, whatever. But a solar system sits on your roof and prints electricity. There is a value for electricity. How much do you spend for electricity every month? So once you actually go solar, you have an asset that sits on your roof and prints electricity for the next 20 to 40 years. It's as simple as that. That's why it increases the value of your home, because when that system is up there, whoever owns that home is going to get tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars of electricity for free for however long that system is in existence. So depending on the size of your system, it could add anywhere from 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in value to your home. And it's another amazing reason to go solar today so that your home is worth more. And if you do want to sell it, you get paid more for it.
This is just a question that I asked on Google, and it gives me several different websites that I can go to where, for example, this one says, so the question was, how much equity does solar panels add? First response here says, studies show an average increase in resale value between $4,000 to $5,900 for 1 kilowatt of solar panels installed. At $4,000 per kilowatt, a 5 kilowatt solar panel installation would add an average of $20,000 in today's market value for a mid-sized U.S. home. So you could do your own due diligence on that. Increased value, as we all know, increased values for a neighborhood will be location, amenities, low taxes, less crime, commerce, quality of schools. What most inspectors or what most appraisers will consider value would be square footage. Added square footage that's permitted when you add a bed, bath, extended living room, etc. Upgraded kitchen, tile floor, not necessarily doesn't add to the value of the home, but this does add to the value of perception of what your client is looking for. If they're looking for something that has a pool, for example, that's an added value. So when you find someone that is conservative with energy, they're very frugal, they don't want to spend a lot of money on utilities, they have a green thumb, they're very environmentally conscious, they're very careful on what their carbon footprint is leaving on the earth, then this is an added value to them because it is producing clean renewable energy. If we move forward, studies also show that homes sell faster that are energy efficient. Reason being is because I'm just going to give you this example. If you've got a 2,000 square foot home, 3 bed, 3 bath, identical with elevation, everything is the same with the same builder, but one of them is $280 in utilities a month and the other one's $100 in utilities a month, which one do you think is going to sell faster? So here, for most home buyers, solar panels are indeed a selling point. According to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, homes with solar panels sell 20% faster and for 70% more than those without. And again, I've got some links here where we could do our own due diligence. It's a performing asset. It saves them money and it also makes them money. Solar liens, let's not get into that at the moment, only because we don't have time. I want to show you how you're able to make some money with some of your existing clients and also help them to reduce their cost. So what happens to someone that wants to go solar? Zero startup, zero installation, zero permits, zero activation, zero equipment, absolutely nothing, zero to start. And we're going to watch a video on that as well.
Let's talk about zero down financing. Now, this is one of the biggest questions everybody has in solar. How do I pay for it? And the old misconception was that it actually took cash to go solar. And people thought, well, solar's expensive because I have to spend this upfront cash. Well, it could not be further from the truth today. In fact, solar is the least expensive option to get energy in most of the United States. You probably just didn't know that. And the reason that makes it so simple is zero down financing. There's two primary ways to finance your solar system today. Number one is a low interest rate loan, and number two is a lease. So let's talk about both options. So a zero down loan means that you can choose a loan term, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or 25 years. We offer all of those, and we offer them at the most competitive APRs possible. Now, when you go solar with a zero down loan, what that means is you finance the system through your loan provider, and instead of paying a monthly bill to your utility, you simply pay a less expensive monthly payment to your loan provider. So you get to keep the difference. If you're saving $10, $20, $30, $50, $100 a month, that's money right back into your pocket. But what's even better about the zero down loan option is that every one of those payments is equity in your solar system. Think about it, it's just like your house. Why does owning a home lead to wealth creation? Because every single payment you make on your mortgage is equity in your home. And one day when you go to sell your home, if you've paid off most of that mortgage, you get all that money back. So it works the same way with the solar system. Every time you make a payment on your solar system, you're paying down this $20, $30, $40, $50,000 asset on your roof. And when you go to sell your home, guess what? You get that money back. You sell your home for a lot more because it has a solar energy system on it, and all those payments you made were equity, and now you get it back. So by far, this has changed the game of solar and just flipped the equation so that it makes no sense not to go solar financially. I mean, you own an asset, you're saving money, it increases your home value. Let's talk about the other option. For some reason, if you can't get a loan, a lot of times people will do a lease. This may be because you don't have a tax liability and you can't keep the tax credit or something like that.
I'm going to stop it right there because this is mostly pertaining to California. In Texas, everyone is buying versus leasing. It's just a lot less complicated. Typically here I would have some time for Q&A. Here, no, let's skip through that as well. This is what you've been waiting for. We are looking for brand ambassadors. So this is what I always tell realtors and agents. Number one, people already trusted you with a $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 transaction, and maybe even higher. They trust you, like you, love you, you build rapport. Some of you become friends after the transaction. You stay in contact with them. At least I hope you are still being in contact with them. So one of the things that we do is we compensate you as a realtor by doing something very simple. We want to compensate you by doing 5% of the work. I will do the other 95, and this is what it is. Basically, as a brand ambassador, what you want to do is you want to circle back with some of your existing or past clients, and you want to have a simple conversation, and it takes 3 steps. Number one is you want to have a conversation with them about lowering their light bill. You want to ask a question like, would you be interested in getting a free energy analysis? Or would you be interested in lowering your light bill? Or are you paying too much for your electricity? However you want to present that, and if you need some help with that or some ideas, let me know. I'll be happy to help you. If they say, yes, I'm open to the idea of lowering my bill. Yes, I want to have a complimentary consultation. Yes, I want to have an energy analysis done on my home. Yes, I want to know how I can save money. Then all you do is you ask for a bill. Once you get that bill, you upload it onto a website that we provide for you for free. Once you upload it onto the website, I will look at that bill. I will create a proposal. And within 24 hours, we're calling your homeowner back. And you're welcome to be on that call if you'd like. Typically, it's via Zoom. We're contacting them back. We're doing the presentation of how much money they can save, how much money they're getting back from the government, how much money they're getting back from CPS, what rebates we have available at the time to give them back, and how they could benefit as a homeowner with equity and also credits from CPS at the end of the day and at the end of the month, and how they could truly take advantage of their own little piggy bank, if you will. They're putting money into their home to own it. So a question that I have for homeowners is this, is why would you buy a house but continue to rent your power? And the reason why I ask that question is because when you have a solar payment, it's fixed for 25 years. So let's say the payment was $150 through CPS. They are now paying $90 fixed for the next 25 years. That never goes up. So what happens is they get to benefit from not participating in increasing rates in electricity, and they have a tendency to go up every 3 to 5 years. So here, 3 easy steps if you want to sign up as a brand ambassador. As you can read here, every time you refer a homeowner that goes solar with us, you earn $1,000. Your referral will save thousands of energy costs and make the world obviously a better place. How it works, sign up for free. Yes, it's free, absolutely free. You have a conversation with the homeowner about the benefits of solar, grab a copy of the utility bill, share the utility bill onto our platform, get paid $1,000 when that system is installed. You have your own little CRM here. It tells you what the progress is and when you're gonna get paid. It tells you what's in the pipeline. So again, if you have 10 homeowners that you've sold a house to, I can have that conversation with them. I can do the presentation. I can answer questions, overcome objections, any concerns, comments. I can do all of that for you. Basically, I can sell it for you. All you have to do is have a conversation with the homeowner, provide me with a bill, we'll get a proposal, we will talk to the homeowner together, and once they go solar and they install, you get $1,000 per lead. Now, I did say 10, so if you bring me one, you get 1,000. If you bring me 10, you get 10,000. If you bring me 100, that will inject a 6-figure income on the side for you without having to change what you're doing now, and that's being a realtor. If for whatever reason you haven't had much luck because the market's a crazy market at the moment and you want to earn more than $1,000, that's a conversation that we can have privately and separately. I will tell you this, as a consultant myself, I am earning an average of about $7,000 per solar system that is installed. Now that's an average nationwide. Sometimes the roof is a little bit less, the house is a little bit smaller, they don't consume that much energy. Sometimes the commission is $5,000. Sometimes it's a little bit more than $7,000 because they have a larger family, they have more kids, they use more energy, their spending habits on energy are a little bit higher. That $7,000 commission can turn into $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. So if you want to have a conversation about that, we can do that separately. Right now, I just want to keep it as simple as possible for you. You become a referral partner for me. We help your homeowner, your client, your friend lower their utility bills with all the different incentives that are available. You make $1,000. The homeowner's happy because they're saving money. They have a performing asset. They're earning equity. You're happy as a realtor because you're helping your client, your homeowner, and you're making $1,000 on the side. I'm happy, obviously, because I get to clean the earth, put another system onto a home that is able to produce clean, renewable energy, and I'm also getting handsomely incentivized by doing so. So that's it, guys, in a nutshell. I just wanted to summarize this, and I want to send it out instead of having to talk to 20 realtors about the opportunity that I have. If you've got 10, and again, I just put that out as a number. And here's the reason why I put 10 out as a number. Someone who's newer into real estate may not have the experience, the knowledge to lose focus on what they're doing. And sometimes they may not be very business savvy. They only want to focus on solar and that's all they want to do. The reason why I chose 10 as a number, your season, your experience, you now know what you're doing after 2 years in the industry. You can now shift a little bit of focus to create a new stream of income for you by going back and touching base with your existing client base. Guys, my name is Christian Montalvo. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free and give me a call. I did summarize this a lot. I know it's a lot of information, but I also want to be as thorough as possible so you understand how this program works. Again, if you got someone that wants to go solar, I will put $1,000 in your pocket, and I look forward to doing business with you. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'm going to sign off now. Thanks.